After a long time, I'm having Obstagoon featured on my channel, and we're gonna do it in style and finesse, because we're gonna have Shadow Ampharos at the back alongside Tapu Fini to pair up this amazing backline with Obstagoon. And with that said, here against this Drifblim, I'm just gonna switch out to Ampharos as soon as possible, because as it seems they're getting severely weak to my Ampharos, and of course I have 3 Pokemon that can kinda wall down Drifblim, so why not do that? So now we're having the Brutal Swings that can do super effective damage to this Cresselia, but of course Cresselia is so bulky that they can still hold on to those HP levels. Grassnut here has to be blocked, and now we can easily farm down after we sacrifice 1 shield. I'm expecting their 3rd Pokemon to return to the battle, but instead they bring the Drifblim, and I'm getting super greedy here, because I could easily go for that Thunder Punch, but instead at the back there is gonna be another flyer, this time the Talonflame, and their whole team was weak to my Ampharos. We're looking so good, so great, since Tapu Fini can finish them off with the Surf at this point, and even if we get hit by a simple Brave Bird, I don't care at all. It is gonna be the Flame Charge, thinking that they could go for the back-to-back moves, but they didn't know that Tapu Fini is such a beast and we can easily finish them off. Into the next one after this horrendous first battle, and we're having Swampert up on the lead. So Obstagoon against Swampert, and we also get the boost, which is pretty crazy. Of course we did not need the boost to beat them down, but of course it is always welcome, so why not? I'm having some lags, as you can see here, FPS drop at the weirdest moment ever after I get the boost, and now I can easily go ahead and pressure even more. We also took a shield in the process, which is pretty nice if you ask me, and because we're getting pretty low, they are also getting pretty low, I have a feeling that if I sacrifice a shield I can easily go ahead and completely farm down. Seeing the Charizard makes me think that I made the correct choice here, because now I can go in with the Tapu Fini completely walling down this Pokemon, but at the back they have Registeel, so against Registeel things are weird, because a Focus Blast might be it for my Obstagoon, and of course the Zap Cannons are gonna connect for big damage on my Tapu Fini. I still have though my Ampharos, which can go pretty rough on this opponent with those Thunder Punches, and all I have to do is to predict the correct move, and I think this is gonna be just the Zap Cannon, not even the Focus Blast, which means that we can pressure so much that we can overfarm pressure for that final shield, and even if they do not go for the shield, I can easily reach now to that triple Thunder Punch to finish them off with ease. They know that, they back out, and right into the next one with a very bad lead against Virizion. So against Virizion we have no clear answer, to be honest, but hopefully we can expect the switch at some point. It is gonna be on the Swampy, and all I have to do at this scenario is to go ahead and spam those Brutal Swings. The second Brutal Swing will definitely grab a shield out of this glassy Pokemon, but we cannot go for the extra mile because they can finish us off with those Mud Shots. Right now they have a lot of energy to spare, so as it seems it's all up to my Tapu Fini to finish them off. Can we do it though? Because we are not looking that great. The only good thing that I can see right now is that we have the shield advantage and we have to play around it. Virizion goes in, I have to respect the damage here from the Leaf Blade, and it is gonna be the Leaf Blade, so yeah, gotta go for that shield on the Virizion, and right after I have to go straight for the Moonblast. Hopefully they will let that go through, so it all depends on what their 3rd Pokemon might be. Down goes Virizion, even though they had the shield, it is gonna be the Typhlosion, and trainers, oh trainers, here comes the big boom on my Tapu Fini, and we cannot withstand the damage. Even if we had 3 Tapu Finis, I believe that the Shadow Solar Beam would just seal the deal here, and that is gonna be a bummer. Into the next one after this horrific battle against this amazing trainer with that Typhlosion and the Shadow Solar Beam. Just wow, and we're having kind of a weird lead against Galvantula. Once again we get the boost, which is pretty nice, I guess. I didn't know that it was so easy to get the boost, and of course we're just gonna keep pressuring with those Nut Slashes. They want to sacrifice all of their energy and 2 of those shields, which is just fine by me, I guess, because now I can easily go in with my Ampharos, start farming down some extra energy, and still able to finish them off with my Brutal Swing. I do not want to go here for that potential CMP because I'm not sure if I can win this against Galvantula. Overall, Galvantula is gonna be an offensive Pokemon, so I have to retreat now to my Tapu Fini, seeing that they want to switch out to the Registeel. I don't think that I'm gonna need my Tapu Fini at all, so I'm just gonna let that Zap Cannon go through, and I know that they cannot farm down that easily since I can still pressure with my moves. Even with the Surf connecting here, they are gonna block, they are gonna throw their energy, excuse me, on the Flash Cannon, which is pretty interesting. Before they reach to the lands, I'm just gonna throw immediately the Brutal Swing here, so it all depends on what they have at the back now. Not expecting the Registeel to return at any point soon. It is gonna be the Jellicent, and we have to respect the damage from the Surf. Even though we know it is gonna be a Surf, we're still gonna shield, since Surf is still gonna do a nice chunk to our Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure we can outspeed here to the double move for the knockout. One for the Jellicent to drop at the red HP bar, and one more to finish them off with style, so that Registeel now is energy dry and we can easily farm down. Danny will be our next opponent, Cresselia upon the lead, and this is looking kind of an even scenario, to be honest, because a simple Moonblast can seal the deal up against our team. So yeah, there goes that. At this point though, I'm just gonna go straight for that Obstacle at first, after I lag once again what is happening, and then try to spam those Night Slashes. By going here for the Obstacle, I make them to use triple Moonblast in order to feint me down, otherwise I would need double, and of course I can debuff them in the process, which is pretty nice if you ask me. Here comes now another Night Slash. This time they're gonna drop on the red, and I will try to pressure even more, but first they're gonna throw, which is not that bad overall, I guess, because Ampharos now can go in and start farming down all that crucial energy. 3 Volt Switches worth of energy. Let's see now what they have at the back, and this trainer is not prepared at all. Golisopod emerges. We have already the double Thunder Punch, one for the Golisopod, one for the shield, I guess, and they're gonna switch out. Right on that switch, I'm gonna press the Brutal Swing, seeing the Trevenant immediately makes me think that they think they want to catch a move, and they think they achieve that, so that's why I went for that Brutal Swing, and at this point we can easily take them out, because by shielding we can absolutely farm down completely before they reach even to that next Seed Bomb, and we can go for the Moonblast for big damage on the Golisopod. Even if they blocked at this point, we could easily switch out to our Ampharos, finish them off with a potential Thunder Punch. They know that, that's why they let that go through, and we're gonna take this amazing victory once again. So against Charizard, this is kind of a weird lead, to be honest, because our backline can definitely handle this beast much easier than Obstagoon, and we're gonna switch out immediately to our Shadow Ampharos. We can go with those Thunder Punches on the wall rain. They're gonna go ahead and go for a move here, and I'm thinking that I have to block for sure the Earthquake if I want to win this entire thing, but then they're gonna go for another move right after the Icicle Spear, and makes me think that this is gonna be just another Icicle Spear, no reason at all to block, and we can easily survive. Expecting that Charizard to return, but instead they're gonna bring the Swampert, and I want to reach the double Brutal Swing, but I cannot. Once again, we are too classy for Swampy. They're gonna take the first move. Now I'm gonna reach the Night Slash, and a really nice catch on that Charizard, and now we have totally flipped around that bad lead that we have, because our Ampharos absolutely has the upper hand. Now that I'm thinking about it, perhaps they should have gotten to their Swampert up against my Ampharos. Going in with Walrein was definitely a mistake, and now we can absolutely do a lot of work up against the Swampert with our Tapu Fini, because we have a lot of energy, they have one shield, but we're super close to the double Surf, and I doubt that they can reach to the Earthquake before we do to the second Surf, so down they go, and another huge victory will be for our line. Into the final one, trainers now against Goffetti. No reason, no clue, I don't know who that is, but we're gonna fight this trainer, and they're having a Jellicent upon the lead, so Obstacle to debuff their defense, and of course buff up ours, and as it seems they're staying in, so that's why I'm going for that strategy, just in case they want to switch out and I want to have the upper hand. So it is gonna be the Zapdos on its Galarian form. What a spicy Pokemon! But of course, we still need to respect those close combats. Thunder Punch will definitely take a shield out of this Pokemon. We pass through one Volt Switch. Of course, I need to block. Can we farm down? No, we cannot. Another close combat is coming up. Galarian Zapdos is no joke at all. They can still go ahead and pressure for those back-to-back moves to finish me off with style. However, first they need to shield my Thunder Punch here because Jellicent returns with energy on the CMP, and now we can reach to those Night Slashes to secure this victory up against Shadow Wall Rain. Also, they have the best body ribbon, which is pretty nice, and we can win this entire thing with Obstagoon, Boostagoon, with those Night Slashes, and the counters will secure the victory for us. So look at what I encountered right after this battle. This was crazy. Thank you, trainers, for watching my video. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course subscribe to the channel if you are new to my content. And with that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out over here, so why not give them a shot, and I will see you all into the next one.